Hello everyone, today we are going to study chapter 12 phrases and clauses. What is a phrase? A phrase is a group of words that make sense but not complete sense. What is a clause? Clause is a group of words having a subject and a finite verb of its own. Okay, so let's try to understand this in a simple word. For example, I said that phrase is a group of words. Group of words means so, what is a phrase? I was telling about phrase. Phrase is a group of words. For example, in the morning. So, what is in the morning? In the morning is a group of words. You can say three words are there in the morning, but it is not clause. What is it? It is phrase. Means it gives meaning but not complete meaning. Let's talk about clause. For example, if I say, I enjoy English. Okay, I enjoy English. So you can see that there is a subject, there is a verb, right? And it gives meaning. It means clause is a part of sentence that depicts a complete meaning that has its own subject and predicate. But the thing to be kept in mind that the predicate is a clause must be a phrase, must be a verb phrase. Okay? So let's understand there are three kinds of clause. The first one, principal clause, subordinate clause, and then coordinate clause. What is principal clause? It consists of one complete idea. As I said, I enjoy English. But talk about subordinate clause. Subordinate clause or dependent clause adds to the thought in the principal clauses. For example, if I say, I enjoy English, which encourage me to read this book. I enjoy English. This is what principal clause, and here one subordinate. It means one dependent clause is there, which encourages me to read. Which encourages me to read this book. This is what subordinate clause. Let's talk about coordinate clause. What happened in coordinate clause? It consists of two clauses, and both the two are dependent, and they are joined using word like and, but, or so. Okay, so here a chart is given. A subordinate clause must have one of the following subordinate conjunctions. Like you can get these conjunctions in a subordinate clause. For example, till, unless, until, when, where, less, not what, provided, since, even though, even if, in as much as, in order that, as soon as though. Next one, try out one. Complete the sentence using appropriate subordinate conjunctions. So here use appropriate subordinate conjunctions. For example, you get good marks. I will buy a bike. So this is what? This is independent clause. Okay. And now you need a subordinate clause, dependent clause. Here we will use if. If you get good marks, I will buy a bike. He is so lazy. He is so lazy that no one trusts him. Next, she came after the meeting was over. Okay? She came after the meeting was over, or she came when the meeting was over. Clear? She held my hand if she held my hand if I should fail. Okay? Next, my friend is taller than me. Next, she asked me if I can help her. They are coming to my house. They are coming to my house before the movie. Next, I'm going to the disco whether or I'm going to disco whether or not my mother give whether my mother give me permission or not. Understood? So I'm going to disco whether 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 I get permission from my mother or not. Okay, this is the place where I used to. You can inquire anytime if you have any doubt. Identify the italicized clauses as dependent or independent in the blank provided, like the room had changed remarkably even though many years had passed. So now just tell me, is this dependent or independent? Remarkably. The room had changed remarkably, even though is what? Subordinate conjunction. So this is subordinate conjunction. Now you, this is subordinate conjunction, okay? This is what? Subordinate clause, and this is what? Dependent clause. And then italicized word is written here in this part. It means this is what? This is independent clause. Next question is, the furnished that he recalled so well, the furnishing that he recalled so well still stood in the room. So this is what? Dependent clause. Next, he experienced a feeling of newness and vigor whenever he breathed the light, dry morning air of Kerala. So firstly you need to find out where it is written in italicized word, and once you get the italicized word you need to find out. So here, whenever he breathed the light dry morning of Kerala, so this is what? Dependent clause. Now the source of the invigorating air was the country around him, which was still untamed. Which was still untamed. This part is what? Dependent clause. Next, other places had once produced this remarkable effect, but they no longer did. So this is what? This is DC, yani dependent clause. Let's understand types of subordinate clause. So subordinate clause is of three types: noun clause, adjective clause, and adverb clause. What is noun clause? A dependent clause that function as a noun in a sentence is called noun clause. A noun clause performs same act function like a noun. For example, what he did made a problem for his family. So what he did, it function as a noun here. Okay, what he did made a problem for his family, it's a noun clause. Okay, whatever you learn will help you in future. So whatever you learn is what? This is noun clause that is used here as a subject. Now here he knows that he will pass the test, so he knows everything, he knows him. So here it is work as what? An object. Okay, now look at adjective clause. An adjective clause that function as an adjective in a sentence is called adjective clause. An adjective clause works like an adjective in a sentence. The function of an adjective is to modify, describe a noun or pronoun. Similarly, a noun clause modifies a noun or pronoun. For example, he wears a shirt which looks nice. So which looks nice in the above sentence is adjective clause which modifies the noun shirt. Understood? So that's why it is what? Noun adjective clause. Okay. Now look at the adverb clause. One more trick is there. Adjective clause begins with relative pronoun like that, who, whom, whose and which. Okay, now look at the adverb clause. Adverb clause क्या होता है? Adverb clause is an adverb clause is an as a dependent clause that function as an adverb in a sentence. Okay, now look at this. Don't go before he comes. Oh, all right. So this subordinate conjunctions used as clause, as an adverb clause. You can go through that like when, whenever, until. So these are what? These are adverb clause. Let's solve the exercises. Pick out the adjective clause. अब यहाँ पे जो gold को define कर रहा है, that is all that glitters. So all that glitters is what? Adjective clause. We love. किसको? अब इसमें जो रिलेशन बताने का काम कर रहा है दैट इज दोज. आपको भी पीछे ट्रिक बताई गई है ना. सो दिस इज व्हाट? दोज लव अस. Okay, next, this is the house means are you talking about house, and that was built by Ravi. So that Ravi has built is what? Adjective clause. He that is down need not fear. Who lives longest sees the most. These are adjective clause. Now let's find out the adverb clause. अब हमें यहाँ पे adverb clause ढूंढनी है. Pick out the adverb clause from the following sentence. The first one, he was punished as he was deserved. ओके तो एडवर्ब क्लॉज एज आपको पता है कि अगर एज से शुरू हो रहा है तो आपका एडवर्ब क्लॉज हो जाएगा. देन द मून एडवर्ब क्लॉज एंड देन सो दैट एडवर्ब क्लॉज. नेक्स्ट इज forgive our enemies adverb clause. as we forgive so as से शुरू होगा as we forgive. Next, in spite is what? Adverb clause. Now let's talk about phrases. You know that phrases are group of words which give complete sense. Phrases is a group of words which gives meaning but not complete meaning, or in simple words you can say which gives sense but not complete sense. Like walking alone, a nice surprise, soft green grass. These are phrases. So let's solve tryout 5. Very easy. We need to write P for phrases and C for clauses. Long and short, this is phrase because group of words, but you're not getting complete meaning. As flat as a pancake, phrase. They moved to Delhi. This is clause. With a scream, phrase. After the party, phrase. We skipped the rope, clause. In the meeting, phrase. It rained heavily, clause. Understood? Now let's try to find out what is noun phrase, what is adjective phrase, and what is adverbial phrase. So let's see the first one, noun phrase. Noun phrase consists of noun and other words. For example, his father, the strong winds, the captain. So these are what? These are noun phrase. And what is adjective phrase? That works as an adjective, right? They function as an adjective in a sentence. They describe a noun. So they are adjectival phrase. Now let's try to understand tryout 6. To err is human. So you need to find out noun phrase. So to err. Now the bird flew away. So the bird is what? Noun phrase. Put the bags, noun phrase. Bar of chocolate, noun phrase. An old friend of mine, noun phrase. The house, noun phrase. The India of my dreams, noun phrase. She gave the beggar in the torn clothes. So here the beggar in the torn clothes is what? Noun phrase. Let's find out adjectival phrases. Tryout 7. Underline the adjectival phrase in the sentence below. The boys who lacked courage. So we are talking about the boy who lacked. So it tells about the boy. So this is what? Adjectival phrase. I helped the child who was afraid. So who was afraid? Adjectival phrase. The man with lots of money. Adjectival phrase. Then together we easily completed the project that was delayed. Means we are talking about project. Okay. We are collecting money for the people without home. Adjectival phrase. Now adverbial phrase. They function as an adverb in a sentence. Okay. It's very easy. You can easily find out. Now look at the example. You use the given adverbial in a sentence of your own. Without any doubt यहाँ पे आपको sentence बनाना है. ठीक है. So just make the sentence using these words. This is your task. Now verbial phrase. Verbial phrase, they express action or state of being. Like we may have been mistaken about her. Gerund phrase like ing you will get there, like New Delhi awaiting final approval. Then infinitive phrase you will get 2 plus verb structure. Prepositional phrase you will get in the box, up the road, outside of the city, in the city. This is what? Prepositional phrase. Let's solve tryout 9. Underline the phrase and tell its kind. Rohan wanted to be the man of the match. So here the man of the match is what? The man of the match is phrase. और ये किसके बारे में बात हो रही है? रोहन के बारे में। तो रोहन कौन है? नाउन है। अब हम नाउन के बारे में बात कर रहे हैं तो ये एडजेक्टिव फ्रेज हो जाएगा, ठीक है। नेक्स्ट, द चिल्ड्रन रिफ्यूज टू ओपन अप। टू के साथ में वर्ब आ रहा है, सीधी सी बात है कि ये टू प्लस वर्ब का जो स्ट्रक्चर होता है वो इनफिनिटिव फ्रेज हो जाएगा। आई एम राइटिंग हियर आई एन इन फॉर इन्फिनिटिव एंड पी फॉर फ्रेज। नेक्स्ट वन, स्प्रिंगिंग इनटू एक्शन। रोहित ब्लॉग्ड हिज। अब स्प्रिंगिंग यहाँ पे वर्ब प्लस आईएनजी फॉर्म बन रहा है, दिस इज जिरंड फ्रेज, ओके। नेक्स्ट, क्विकली एंड एफिशिएंटली, इट मीन्स इट्स टॉकिंग अबाउट द क्वालिटी ऑफ सैम। दिस इज व्हाट, क्वालिटी की जब बात हो जाती है तो वो एडजेक्टिव फ्रेज हो जाता है। नेक्स्ट, alert and focused, again the same adjective phrase. A boy in the roof, a boy on the roof, ये आपका on the roof की बात हो रही है तो ये prepositional phrase बनेगा, ओके। नेक्स्ट इज what, prepositional phrase. सरिता bought a glass of water, glass full of water, तो ग्लास की बात हो रही है जो पानी से भरा है तो ये एडजेक्टिव हो जाएगा क्योंकि ग्लास नाउन हो जाएगा। यू शुड स्टडी फॉर द एग्जाम। अब इस यू शुड स्टडी फॉर द एग्ज़ाम इज़ व्हाट, ये स्टडी को वो कर रहा है ना, यू शुड स्टडी फॉर द एग्ज़ाम। सो फॉर द एग्ज़ाम दिस इज prepositional phrase. She started thinking about the problem. About the problem, she started what, thinking. Thinking is verb and जो thinking कर रहा है वो problem के बारे में है ना, तो जो ये थिंकिंग यानी जो वर्ब को क्लासिफाई कर रहा है दैट इज प्रॉब्लम, सो दिस इज एडवर्बियल, एडीवी। नेक्स्ट, दानिश सैट इन अ कॉर्नर ऑफ द रूम, सो इन अ कॉर्नर अगेन इट्स prepositional phrase. So thank you so much for watching, bye.